How do a 26th explain to my boyfriend, 24, that his business idea is completely unrealistic? My boyfriend and I moved in together just before the pandemic. He moved all the way across the country for me and has been trouble finding any meaningful work. Obviously, COVID-19 is not helping. He has a low-paying job now, and I generously suggested to prorate all of the bills since I make a salary. Moral of the story is I do all of the money management. I usually have to hound him to fulfill my Venmo requests for rent, bills, and groceries. He spent most of his stimulus check and unemployment on expensive fly fishing gear and other hobbies. I offered to teach him how to invest in 400 meg, etc., and he seemed interested but never followed up. Now his whole pipe dream that he talks about every day is that he wants to open a fishing lodge that also functions as a restaurant. I don't think he knows the first thing about starting a business. I've tried explaining that he should get work experience in the industry first, that running a 2-part business that would be open day and night would cause you to have no life or sleep, that starting a business is high risk, requires investors, liability insurance, etc. When I bring these things up, he says I am shitting on his pipe dream. Too wrong. Don't read. Basically, my boyfriend has poor money management skills and little understanding of what it takes to be an entrepreneur. I love him otherwise, and I could see him having a successful career in another field. I just don't believe he has the work ethic to start his own business, but he won't stop talking about it. How do I explain this to him without hurting his feelings? He needs a healthy dose of realism. I think there's more to it than just him being unrealistic. He just moved across the country, leaving probably all friends and family behind. He has a poorly paying job, which is probably not work he enjoys because he had to take what he could get, and then there's COVID. The man is very likely very unhappy with most things in his life right now. So he dives deep into his hobbies and spends too much money on them, and I think that is something a lot of people have done before. If your life is really bad right now, treating yourself to something nice to endure it all a bit better, to reward yourself for not just breaking down and just something that makes you happy for a moment, is temporary. I was usually super careful with money, fell into this trap more than once when things sucked and bought more video games and books than I should have just because I wanted something that made me happy. Damn it. Even if it in the end turned out to be pretty bad decisions, leading to money problems on top of the other problems. Your boyfriend has this dream of a job which is in a field he enjoys, turning his hobby, the thing that right now still provides him joy, into his everyday task. Is it unrealistic? 100%. Double. Definitely not. But what he's actually saying by stating this pipe dream is that he right now just dreams of being happier, of having more hours a day which are filled with joy instead of misery. Of course, the fishing lodge would never do that, but because reality is really miserable right now, he dreams of something he thinks might make him happy. Of course, he needs to drop this unrealistic dream because it definitely wouldn't have the desired effect. He's already not good with money as it is and is just fleeing from reality into his hobby world. So what you, as his so, should do is sit down with him. Don't talk him out of his dream. Instead, talk with him about what realistic changes both of you could make to make him happy. What can both of you change so that his hobbies aren't the only source of happiness in his life? Given how you seem to upset him with rejecting his dream, it's likely that he might feel right now like you're the enemy, that you also aren't bringing him much happiness and want to take his only option to be happier away. So stop doing that. Become someone who helps him be happier again, but do so by suggesting other things he might enjoy. Help him look for jobs, do activities together he might like, and which will introduce him to new people, so that he can build a new friendship network and have more people to talk. Stuff like make him walk away from this unrealistic dream by showing him real, double alternatives which will improve his happiness instead of just telling him no. It won't fix him being bad with money, but at the very least it might make him a happier and, with that, hopefully more approachable person who's rooted more in reality again. Edit, gosh, thank you for the awards. Kind people. If your boyfriend is straight up calling this a pipe dream, do think it's just a fantasy. Is he actually wanting to take steps to make it a reality? Or is it just something to daydream about during quarantine? I've talked to Nias about opening a diner, but it's fully just a dream. I know I would hate the actuality of owning a business. I just love food and talking about creating a menu. Maybe this is similar for your boyfriend. If it's just a dream, let it be just a dream and don't shit on it. He said it best, you're shitting on his pipe dream. Shit is unattainable. He knows it won't work, he's just depressed.